Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Dreams Unlimited Travel Podcast. My name is John Magi, and I'll be your host. And in this episode, we're going to tell you about summer 2022 Disney Cruise Line sailings that have just been released. Woohoo! I'm joined via the internet by our panel of experts, agent consultant for Dreams Unlimited Travel, Tracy Heinrichs.
Hi, everyone.
And client services manager for Dreams Unlimited Travel, Kevin Kloos.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Thanks again for joining us. We appreciate you tuning in and watching us. This episode, we're going to talk about the newly released 2022 Disney Cruise Line Itineraries, summer of 2022. We are recording this a couple days before the show will go up. The show will go up on Monday. The day that it will be aired is actually the day that Platinum Castaway Club members can book. So at the time we are recording this show, we don't have any sample pricing for you. Sorry about that, but we wanted to get this one ready to go so we can put it up as soon as possible on Monday. I'm sure during the week, we'll have some other stuff will happen on like the Diz Unplugged and other shows where they'll give some sample pricing of what our agents are finding. But for now, it is just, we're going to talk about the itineraries that for us just were announced. And for you, you've probably been looking at them for a couple of days. So as usual, Disney Cruise Line releases their itineraries in tiny little pieces, tiny little blocks at a time. And this was one of the most anticipated ones for quite some time, summer of 2022. People have put off vacations now for 2 summers, where we know that Alaska for 2021 is being canceled and a lot of stuff is being reworked at the moment. So folks are really excited to get 2022 on the books and get their summer squared away. So let's talk, Tracy, a little bit about what we know has come out as far as itineraries, and we could discuss them a little bit. And then I want to talk about what's missing.
All right. So typical for the summer, we'll see the Wonder out in Alaska, sailing round trip from Vancouver. Only 7 nights. Sometimes they've given us like a 9-night or something different. Next year, it looks like just 7-night itineraries. I've noticed that they've replaced Tracy Arm with Dawes Glacier, and I feel like we're going to see that a lot with cruise lines. The last couple times I've been on a cruise that's supposed to go to Tracy Arm, it's not been able to make it, or it did, and we couldn't get too close. There's a lot of activity with that glacier, a lot of things breaking off. So I'm not sure that we're going to see a lot of that. They have a couple different itineraries. The one that's doing the standard Juneau, Ketchikan, Skagway, and then the other's replacing Skagway with Icy Strait Point. So pretty typical stuff there. 7 nights round trip from Vancouver. The Magic is heading out to Europe. It's doing its transatlantic in May, and then that's May of 22. And then it'll be doing Mediterranean cruises. So everywhere from 5 to 12 nights. They're doing some 9 and 12 night Greek Isles. I think there's probably, there's a couple like more northern. There's your typical Med. There's Greece. So not any real big surprises in the Med stuff. Pretty standard. And then we've got the Northern Europe cruises as well, that are doing more like Finland and Sweden, Russia, those. So there's a couple of those mixed in. And then there's a 11-night Norway, Iceland, and Scotland. That looks interesting as well. So Europe, like I said, no big surprises there. No big, woo, look what they're doing. I think pretty standard stuff. Then we've got the Caribbean stuff. The Fantasies doing the 7-night Eastern and Western. They've thrown a 9-night Southern Caribbean in there for July, I believe it is. They'll be doing a 9-night Southern out of Port Canaveral. And then we have Bahamas. Interesting about the Bahamas is that for the majority of the summer, the only Bahamas cruises we currently have are on the Dream out of Miami. We don't have any summer Bahamas cruises for out of Port Canaveral next year.
Wow.
The Dream will be out of Miami starting in June, and it's going to be doing some Western Caribbean and some 3, 4, and 5-night Bahamas.
I haven't had a chance to really dissect the dates, but just looking at this quickly, does it look like the Fantasy is just doing Eastern and Western Caribbean all summer? I'm trying to parse the dates out, and it looks like...
Yeah, except for the 9-night Southern, that's pretty much what it's doing. There seems to be something missing in there. Because it's doing 7 nights and then a 9-night, so there's got to be an adjustment there somewhere. It also could be that they've got a charter or something. But for now, we're only seeing 7-night with the 9.
So there's no 3 and 4 day cruises?
Oh, I lied. There's a 5-night Fantasy. There's a 5-night Fantasy in July just before the 9-night.
Gotcha. I see it now too.
Yeah,
it's hard to parse out these dates on the fly. One of the things is that 9-night Southern Caribbean cruise is very popular already. And again, we are in the stage at which Dreams Unlimited Travel is gathering up our clients and figuring out what they want. And this seems to be the one that's being asked for quite a bit. July 21st of 2022.
It was supposed to happen. There was supposed to be a 9-night this summer that's already been canceled. So I think you have a lot of people who were looking forward to it this summer, anxious for it next summer. And I think that one's going to be one that goes fast.
Yeah. I don't know how much thought Disney Cruise Line put into this, because this seems like standard itineraries, which are great. People love them. But I don't know that they took into account the idea that not only are they missing this summer, but they also then have people who would have traveled next summer anyway. Maybe a second one of those would have been a good idea, but, just guessing at that.
Yeah. I think Disney is putting all of their eggs into a new basket that's coming next summer. And they feel like there's going to be a lot of excitement around that one. And maybe that will lead you into your big announcement.
I don't have a big announcement. I think you're alluding to the fact that the Wish, right, should be coming online. We have no information on the Wish. We have no advanced knowledge or anything like that. If you think we're going to do a Disney Cruise Line cruise on podcast cruise on the Wish, your guess is as good as mine. I mean, I would love to, but Tracy, I am preaching to the choir when I tell you that Disney Cruise Line's group systems is a mess.
Yeah.
And it's almost impossible for us to be able to put it together.
I can't imagine. There's no way they're going to love groups on the Wish for the first while.
No.
So what you're actually saying is if you want to go on the podcast cruise, you should write to Tracy?
No, that's not what he said at all.
Start writing to her right now.
That is not what was said.
All right. So that's, 2022 cruises. We should talk about when you can book. As I said, when this goes up, it's going to be the Monday that Platinum Disney Cruise Line Castaway Club people can book. And I'm just bringing up my little list here. Tuesday, so that's Monday, March 22nd, which is the day this is being released. March 23rd, which is a Tuesday, Platinum and Gold members. March 24th, Platinum, Gold, and Silver members.
March 23rd.
March
right?
20th.
Oh, no, sorry, you're right. Sorry to interrupt.
It's okay. Let me go from the beginning. March 22nd, Monday, Platinum members only. Castaway Club members only. March 23rd, Platinum and Gold, Castaway Club members. March 24th, Platinum, Gold, and Silver members. And then March 25th, all guests. So kind of a typical release. If you're a Castaway Club member, you get first priority at it and you get in there and you get to book. Great. That's all great news for you. One
of those days includes DVC and ABD Adventure Insiders.
True.
Is that the Silver Day?
I think so.
Yeah. I think Silver Day allows those, which is Wednesday.
So what will happen is starting Monday, we'll start seeing pricing. So the good news is that if you are waiting a little bit, the good part about waiting is you'll be able to see some pricing to know if it's something that even interests you, because everyone gets excited about these new trips. and they all want to go and they all want to be on it. And then they start to see the crazy prices that Disney Cruise Line's charging, and people go, oh, I can't afford that. So at least if you get a glimpse into what the prices will be before you get a quote, that should help you along.
We are guilty of that ourselves.
We are. Other
we
cruise lines.
booked on a cruise one time, and it sounded wonderful. And then in the middle of the night, they slipped the actual contract under the door. And we could have bought a small house in St. Cloud.
Exactly. Are you insane?
We didn't do that one.
We did not. What else do we want folks to know about these 2022 itineraries? Anything? There's
a couple things. First of all, the last time the Dream is sailing into the Bahamas, I think, is June 3rd. So I think what this tells us by not telling us anything about the Wish is that I think we're going to see the Wish doing the 3-4 night Bahamas stuff, replacing the Dream. That's kind of what I expected it to be doing, because that's Disney's most popular, put the brand new shiny ship on there. So I think when they release the Wish, my guess is that's what we're going to see. So if you want to do Bahamas at a Port Canaveral in the summer, there's nothing in this release for you right now. I think it's going to be, you're going to want to wait till the Wish announcement. I don't think we're too far off from that, but we have no idea when that'll be. The other thing is there's a lot of people out there with future cruise credit, with bookings that had placeholders they haven't been able to use yet. There's a lot of confusion around all of that. So let me just take 2 minutes to try to clear up what I know. So first of all, future cruise credits, if you have any, they can be used for cruises up until September of 22 at this point. This is what we know. I believe it's the end of September 22. So you can book something for next summer using your future cruise credit. If you've had a cruise that's canceled and you have future cruise credit, you're now making a new reservation and then applying the credit to that. So there's a lot of confusion around people thinking, well, I had a reservation. This is my reservation number. Any canceled reservation is now gone. Future cruise credit is linked to your Castaway Club number, and we would make a new reservation and then apply your credit. What that means is that if you have a future cruise credit but haven't booked with Dreams before, but would like to now, you can come make a new reservation with Dreams, and then your future cruise credit can still be applied just as it would if you book direct with Disney. So that's an important thing to know. A lot of questions around placeholders and onboard bookings. Based on what I know right now, as I'm recording, placeholders and onboard bookings were extended, but only up until the end of May of 22. We're trying to get clarification on that. There was some rumor that they were extended through September, but official word from Disney is that no, right now they expire May of 22. That means that any onboard booking or placeholder you have is not going to be applicable to these summer sailings. Like I said, that could change. By the time this airs, that could be different. So you're going to want to check with your agent when you're making your changes. But just be aware of that. Now, if you were on a cruise that was canceled and had a placeholder or an onboard booking, we can still access that. When we make the new reservation, we would let Disney know you had a canceled placeholder and apply the discount to the new one. So there's still things we can do with that. But that expiry date's what's going to, hold us back. So we're waiting on that news, and hopefully Disney will extend that like they did the future cruise credit. It seems short-sighted to me that they would leave it in May, especially looking at Disney may not be sailing until fall. We don't know yet. So that would give people, 6 months to use, and people who have not been able to sail for a year and a half. So I'd be surprised if they didn't extend it through the summer. The other thing I want people to know is that booking an opening day, your opening day, whatever it is, tends to be the best pricing. For popular sailings, John had mentioned the 9-night Southern. For some others, these will go fast, especially if you want a suite. You don't want to do a whole lot with your agent of, can you price these 6 cruises for me? Because I can tell you by the time your agent prices those 6 cruises and gets back to you with the price, more than likely they've changed. So it's okay to want to compare multiple cruises, but you really should have your kind of first choice. So if I have somebody giving me 4 different cruises to price, I'll say, I need to know either A, what your first choice is, or B, if out of these 4, I'm booking the most affordable, or the one that will give you A, B, or C. So give your agent some parameters to make a decision on your behalf to get something on hold. We want to get something on hold for you to get you into that first tier pricing.
I also need to let people know that the next week will be lunacy for your agents. So, as Tracy just said, nailing this down as close as you can, because there's not going to be a lot of time when you first get information. Well, would you now move this to so-and-so? There are a lot of people that are looking to book. There's a lot of pent-up excitement about this. So you need to be patient, and you need to understand that they're doing their best to get everybody what they want.
Yeah, and that's really our first priority. Like when I start on release morning, we've been doing this for a long time. We know how it goes. And we know what will be in demand and how to prioritize and get everybody what they want. So our first priority, all of us agents, is to get everybody booked with what they want. And then we're like sending out the emails, okay, I got this, or this is the price, or, then at that point we're sending out emails, well, what about this? I couldn't get this, but I could get that. So we have a system. So you may not hear from us in the first hour when it opens, but that's because we book everybody first. We want to get everybody booked. And if I'm booking and I run into one that has a question, I'll fire off a quick email with that question. I won't leave it, but we've got a system down. Trust us.
Right.
And also, if I can say this, if you have submitted a request to a Dreams agent, don't book it yourself. Because if you go ahead and book it yourself, I can't price it for you. Because on these special release days, we need to put in the Castaway Club number first. So we need to pull up the identity. And once we've done that and we've held space, the client can hold space. But what happens to us often is if the client is holding space and we try to do it, it doesn't tell us the client's holding space. It gives us an error. So we're frantically trying to figure out what the problem is in this. And then we find out, well, the client already booked it themselves. So if you're one of those people who has submitted, but then you grabbed it yourself, you think maybe I'll transfer it, maybe I'll do something else, that's fine. But pop us an email and let us know you did that. Don't think that we're going to get you a better price or, Disney Cruise Line controls the price. So you also don't want to be shopping around to a bunch of different agencies that day because the price is the price.
Well, this does something else too that I don't think people realize. As any one of these departure dates begin to fill, the tier jumps. Yeah. The pricing increases. So if you're shopping your reservation to more than one agent or you've booked it yourself, you're part of the reason that the price is going up. And what happens is if you cancel all of the other dates or all of the other agencies that you've held with, it doesn't make the tier pricing go down.
Just going to say that. Disney does not go back to an earlier tier if cruises become empty or less popular because people are canceling. The message that we want to get across is, guys, patience with us, patience with your agent. We promise we're working hard. Let them do their job. Go ahead, Tracy.
And we're good at this. Like I said, we have 4 releases a year with Disney Cruise Line. We know the deal. We know how it works. We know how to prioritize. We know what's going to go first. We know where to focus. So trust us. If letting go is tough, I know it is for some, and you see what you want and you're going to do it. Like I said, just pop your agent an email so they're not spending time on it as well. You can always decide if you want to transfer that reservation to your agent, or you can decide what you want to do with it. But you don't want to be in a situation. And the fact that now we can only book one was Disney's response to the fact that people would have 5 different agencies holding reservations for them.
Right.
And we just can't do that anymore. So that's the big thing for us. Trust us. We're doing our best.
Something else everybody needs to know is it's not just your agent working. There is a team of very connected agents who are communicating behind the scenes I can't get through on the line. Oh, I hung up and I've got something else to do. So there's a whole team of people behind your agent. As Tracy said, just trust them.
Yeah.
I want to talk a little bit about if you do book on your own. I'm going to give you a little bit of how the sausage is made type of information. If you have a reservation and you transfer it to Dreams Unlimited Travel, Disney Cruise Line pays us less commission on that. We get more commission if we book it initially and directly with Disney Cruise Line for you. But if you book and then later decide to transfer to us, we get less commission. And unfortunately, what that means is then we have to offer you less shipboard credit. So if you allow us to do the booking and let our agent do it and go all the way through, you're going to maximize your shipboard credit for your reservation. Not saying, you know, I understand people are anxious and they want to do it and get in there and do it, and maybe it's worth it to you. But if you're trying to maximize your value for this cruise, let your agent do it, get the most shipboard credit, or else you're going to be offered less shipboard credit for that sailing. And again, not because we want to give you less, but because Disney pays us less.
I want to make a small plea. The travel industry, has been hit very hard in the last year, like a lot of people, like a lot of businesses. If you would like to support what we do, the travel agency, all of the videos, these videos, I would ask that you book through your agent. It's a way to support Dreams Unlimited Travel. It's a way to support the DIS. It's a way to support Dreams Unlimited Travel. These Monday videos, give us a chance. We're looking to help you and in turn help ourselves.
I agree. All excellent stuff. I want to remind folks that if you do book with Dreams Unlimited Travel, as I mentioned, you get a shipboard credit that is based on the final price of your cruise, and you will know what that shipboard credit is well before you make a deposit or any decisions are made. And second, everybody who travels gets our the things you didn't know you needed cruise basket. We haven't been putting these together because ships haven't been going out, so your items might be a little dusty. You might have to dust them off when you get them. No, that's not true. We will dust them off.
We might all be a little dusty.
We might all be a little dusty. And we might change some stuff up. The current situation might require us to put some different stuff in the basket. You never know. But those are the two things you get in addition to, most importantly, an extremely knowledgeable agent with a great deal of experience selling Disney vacations, who will help you every step of the way and every step of the process, as much or as little as you require. If you don't want us to help you, that's fine. Just let us book it and get you discounts and do the best we can. Otherwise, we can do as much pre-trip planning as you desire. That's part of the service that we provide to you, all at no additional charge. There's no fee for our service. There's no charge for you for anything that we do. We earn our money from the commission that Disney pays us after you travel. All right, so there you go. Book your summer 2022 vacations now. Don't miss out. All right, anything else you want to end with? All right, thank you guys very much. Thank you, Tracy, for bringing all that information forward. We appreciate it. Thank you, everybody at home, for listening and watching. We hope you have a great week, and we hope you have a great vacation.